Hey friends, welcome back. Today's video is all about Walt Disney World hotels. I'm going to give you all the details on the Walt Disney World resorts on property. Now there are some great off-property hotels in the area as well, but for the sake of this video, I'm just going to stick to the Disney World resort hotels. Disney offers a tiered system for their hotels. So what this means is that there are three main tiers. There's value, moderate, and deluxe. The deluxe gets a little bit more complicated as it breaks into two sub-tiers, but we'll go over that in a minute. Basically, with these tiers, you get what you pay for. But they're all fantastic hotels. Disney World also has a campground and partnerships with other hotels that they call Good Neighbor hotels. These are major hotel chains like Hilton or Marriott or Holiday Inn. While they're not technically Disney World resorts, they are in the Disney bubble on property and offer many of the same benefits. The value tier is the lower end tier with more budget-friendly options. When I talk about pricing, just know that the room category and time of year are big factors on the price. I will give you a rough base price just to give you an idea of what to expect. So the average price for a value resort is roughly $200 per night. The campsites at Disney's Fort Wilderness, they offer campsites for tent camping and RV camping, as well as cabins, and their base price starts at $100 per night and goes up depending on the type of site you rent. Now the moderate tier is that mid-level range. It offers a few more amenities and dining options than the value resorts do. The average cost is $300 per night. And lastly, the deluxe tier, which I said was a little bit more complicated because it splits up into two sub-tiers. They have the most options and they have the most amenities and the greatest number of resorts really on property. They also have more transportation options, which is kind of fun. I'll go into that though in my transportation video. The average cost per night at a deluxe hotel is anywhere from $450 to $700 or even as high as $900 plus per night. The two categories are the deluxe resorts and the deluxe villas. Now there's one last little sneaky tier that they put in here. It's not really in any one of their tiers, and it's not really a Good Neighbor partnership. However, they are run by Marriott. But these are the Swan and Dolphin hotels. They are Walt Disney World hotels, but they are run by Marriott. It's a very confusing thing. Now, some of the amenities. The value resorts all have quick service restaurants. Basically, it's a food court. They also have a main pool and maybe a couple smaller quiet pools. They have playgrounds, arcades, and they do movies under the stars, which is really cool. They set up an inflatable projection and then they project movies onto it in the middle of their courtyard around their resort, and you can go out and just watch it one night. The moderate resorts up the ante a little bit with their table service restaurants. They add water slides and they have additional transportation options sometimes like the boat and campfires where you can roast marshmallows. You can go fishing, you can rent bikes, and there's more. And lastly, we have the deluxe resorts, which include the most amenities. And if you choose to stay at a deluxe resort, I recommend including one resort day in your park touring plan just to enjoy everything it has to offer. It's worth it. So in addition to everything that the lower tiered resorts have, the deluxe resorts also offer things like signature restaurants, which I will go into what that means in my restaurant video. They also include gyms and spas. You can rent boats, play tennis, pirate cruises, pool cabana rentals, animal viewing areas like at the Animal Kingdom Lodge, and so much more. Now, each resort also has its own theme, so that can be a factor when deciding where to stay. There are resorts with younger fans in mind, like the All-Stars movies, where each section of the resort is based on and themed like an animated movie. There's also the Port Orleans Royal Guest Rooms at the Port Orleans resorts, which are themed after Princess and the Frog, like Princess Tiana. They're really, really cute. You should stay there one time. And then there are also the resorts that are themed after like tropical vacations, such as the Caribbean Beach Resort, where each section of the resort is themed after a different island in the Caribbean. And then some of the resorts have the more luxurious feels. These are going to be deluxe resorts, of course, like the Grand Floridian or the Yacht Club over on the boardwalk. And then lastly, I do want to mention more about the Good Neighbor resorts. So they're located in the Disney Springs area of the Disney bubble. They offer transportation to the parks, and if you book one of these hotels through Disney, you can take advantage of the block of park reservations that are reserved for Disney resort guests, which that, again, will be in my ticketing video. Now, there are so many other hotels in the area and they offer shuttle to the parks as well, but if they are not part of the Good Neighbor program, they are not subject to the same Disney benefits and amenities. That is Disney hotels in a nutshell. If you haven't yet, please like this video. Don't forget to subscribe because I have a whole Disney series coming and I want you to see it all. And see you later.